This video is not about engine vibrations, which can easily be removed using counterweights and balancer shafts.
It's about that elegant smoothness which is mechanically impossible to achieve using a smaller piece of machinery.
This smoothness is the reason why Rolls Royce and Bentley use massive 12-cylinder engines, and they can easily make similar power using smaller engines. In fact, an M5's V8 makes more power than both of those and is 41% smaller. Yet, they specifically choose to use the bigger engine because any bigger engine is always gonna be smoother than a smaller engine, and today we'll be seeing why. Now, before we begin the video, I wanted to tell you something. The thing is, I've been performing mediocrely in all areas of my life, and I'm really tired of it. So, if you think that you're not satisfied with the video, please press the dislike button. It will demolish the channel along with my dreams. So, hopefully, under that pressure, I will perform better and would become a better person overall. Similarly, if you think that you are satisfied with the video, please like it. It will certainly motivate me. No matter what you do it, please. Your dislikes will push away from mediocrity, and likes will pull me away from mediocrity. In either case, it will do better for me. So please, before leaving the video, dislike or like, does not matter. Please do it. Okay, so this smoothness can be easily calculated using nursery class maths, but a bit of a background is helpful. So, in a 4-stroke engine, there are intake, compression, power, and exhaust. What's important here is that each stroke requires 180 degrees of crankshaft rotation to complete. To demonstrate it, I've brought a highly sophisticated tool which truly is a result of a man's genius and is nothing short of a technical marvel. And of course, it's this. So imagine this is the crankshaft, pistons are above it, and they are about to begin an intake stroke. And also pay attention to this arrow here, of course beautifully drawn by me. So intake stroke has started, still going, and now it's completed. Now, as you can see, it took exactly 180 degrees of crankshaft rotation to complete one intake stroke. Similarly, it will take 180 degrees to complete compression, power, and exhaust. That's all. Now, the nursery maths part. So, in a 4-stroke engine, there are 4 strokes. So, we multiply 180 with 4, which will give us 720, which is by how many degrees we rotate this crankshaft to complete one complete cycle. So, we multiply 180 with 4, which will give us 720, which is by how many degrees we rotate the crankshaft for one complete cycle. Now, if we divide it by the number of cylinders, we'll get the power stroke interval. So, let's take a 3-cylinder engine for example. So, for a 3-cylinder engine, we multiply 4 with 180 and divide it by 3, which gives us 240, which means that we start the first power stroke, rotate the crankshaft by 240 degrees, and then we'll begin the next power stroke. But as we know, all power strokes and in fact all strokes are only 180 degrees long. So there's gonna be a moment when no power stroke is happening in the engine, and at that moment the engine is referred to be as silent. And how long is gonna be that moment? Well, we subtract 180 from 240, which gives us 60, which means there's gonna be 60 degrees of gap after the first power stroke has ended and the beginning of the second power stroke. For a 4-cylinder engine, we multiply 4 with 180 and divide it by 4, which will give us 180, and then when we do 180 minus 180, it gives us 0, which means that as soon as the first power stroke has ended, the second power stroke will begin. So for a 6-cylinder engine, we multiply 4 with 180 and divide it by 6, which will give us 120. Now here's a plot twist. When we subtract 180 from 120, we'll get minus 60, which means that before the first power stroke has ended, we are starting the second power stroke. And how much earlier we are doing it? 60 degrees. So I have divided the power stroke into 3 parts of 60. And as you can see in the diagram, during the first 60 degrees and the last 60 degrees, 2 power strokes will be happening. Again, significantly smoother than a 4-cylinder engine. So what about the V8? Well, we multiply 4 with 180 and divide it by 8, we will get 90. And when we subtract 180 from 90, it will give us minus 90. Now I have divided the power stroke into 2 parts of 90. And as you can see, at any given moment, 2 power strokes will definitely be happening. Crazy smooth. Now what about the V12 that Bentleys and Rolls Royce are using? Well, we multiply 4 with 180 and divide it by 12, it will give us 60. And when we subtract 180 from 60, it will give us minus 120. Again, I have divided it into 3 parts of 60, and as you can see, at any given time, 3 power strokes will be happening. Crazy smooth. Glad I finished the explanation part, cause that maintenance power cut is gonna last 12 hours.
So my genius blew up the transformer then. Interesting.